Relationships are in flux all the time, right? We're in a relationship and for a week or a month or 6 months, it goes great. And then we have a couple weeks that are very, very difficult. And then maybe we have a couple weeks that are great. And then there are other clients that I work with that'll have a couple days that are great. And then they'll just be in hell with each other arguing. And all of this stuff is going on in the world right now. And because of the chaos and drama in the world, it's natural with the trickle down effect that we continue to talk about that this would affect relationships as well. So how long should we wait in between relationships? When one has failed, the love relationship has failed, how much time off should we take? How much should we wait before we start to date again, before we start to even think about a serious relationship? David Essel here, 45 years as a counselor, #1 best-selling author, master life coach, radio, TV, podcast host, so much more at talkdavid.com, right? So now this is a really interesting question, and there's a ton of factors. This is going to be different for everyone. I have had people that were married for 30 years and divorced in 6 months, and there was this woman who worked her tail off with me for 6 months. I think we had sessions twice a week for 6 months. Oh my Lord. Within 6 months, she had cleared out all of her resentment, all of her anger. 30 years, she had a lot. All of the hopes and dreams that were now dashed, she had to deal with, right? And in 6 months period of time, she was completely at peace with herself and actually started to date. It was probably at the year mark that she got into a serious relationship. But now that's fast, okay? For someone to be married 30 years, go through a pretty tough divorce, most divorces are pretty tough these days, and then to come out and be ready in 6 months is quick. I've had other people that were in a relationship for 3 years, where this just happened not too long ago. A woman came in and said, I can't believe it ended. I thought it was going to be, my life partner. I had told the world. I continued to tell the world until I found out that he's no longer interested in me. And I'm crushed and I'm hurt. And it's been 3 years, David. I feel like I need to fill this void. Now, that is the key addiction term. I need to fill the void. No, we need to deal with the void. We need to sit in the void. We need to sit with our sadness, with our anger, with our loss, with our resentments, with our grief. We really do need to sit. And listen, I work with people all the time, and I love this part of the work, to help people come to closure with a failed relationship. And you don't come to closure with the partner that you had the failed relationship with. You and I do it on our own. We've got a great program that really works. We can boost our self-confidence. We can get to levels of forgiveness of ourselves, maybe for staying too long. We can forgive the other person. And right now you may be going, there's no way in hell I'm ever forgiving him. There's no way in hell, David, I'm ever forgiving her. But let's work together. Let's get down to the basics, and a minimal period of time at the end of a relationship is probably going to be 6 months. Most people benefit from taking a year off. And that means that they're going to go through holidays alone, Christmases alone, birthdays alone, you name it, everything they're going to be doing on their own. And it's probably the healthiest thing they can do, because we need to process. We need to process the loss, right? The sadness. I thought this was going to be it. I thought I was going to ride into the sunset with this person. So there's a bunch of different forms of grief that we should go through to be ready for the next relationship, right? And then the anger or the vindictiveness or the resentments, we've got to clear all of those up, or you're not ever going to be ready for a relationship. You see, people that don't do these two works, these two pieces of work that I just mentioned, right? Look at what it is that you lost and you're never going to have, deal with that grief. Look at the anger and resentment you have against yourself, like I said, for staying too long, or against the other person for doing whatever that they've done. And then we have to take responsibility. And this is the program we teach, right? We can get you very quickly in a perfectly positive mindset if you're willing to do the work. We can help you remove those resentments, even those ones that you don't want to let go of because they deserve it, right? When we have resentments, they're not suffering. They're already off. They could be with another person already. They're not thinking about us. And here we are all roiled up, right? So I want to help you get to a place of peace, of confidence, of happiness. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. You're ready to date again when you're happy being alone. When you don't need another person is when you're ready to date. Isn't that oxymoronic? It's so crazy, right? When you don't have to have someone on a Friday, Saturday night. When you can go to an event by yourself and not worry that people are going to go, oh, she doesn't have a date or he doesn't have a date. This is happiness. This is inner peace. Most people say, well, no, I'm not going to go to an event. I'm not going to go to a wedding by myself. My God, I've got to have, someone on my arm. But the independent, happy people go, sure, I'll go to the wedding by myself. I'll introduce myself to people. because they're in this mindset, they're actually ready to get into a relationship if they so choose. Reach out to me at talkdavid.com. As you can tell, I'm so passionate about this work. I love helping people release past negative relationships and prepare for new positive relationships. So reach out to me at talkdavid.com. 45 years of working with people from all over the world. I want to help you personally. Everything is at talkdavid.com. Have a great day.